many fans you in this year.
What is up, disc golf people? Welcome to the 7th Euro Tour of the 2023, the Åland Open, played on the beautiful Vesterkalmare disc golf course. My name is Elias Luukkonen. Welcome to this coverage provided by MDG Media. Today I will be going solo for this round 3 back 9. Let's have a look at what was happening on the front 9. Miro Ryhänen with an absolute hot 7 under front 9, leading the tournament by 1 stroke over Niklas Anttila. And Eagle McMahon, who was leading the tournament by 2 strokes before the round, has kind of fallen behind, only shooting a 3 under front 9. After Eagle, there's even a bigger gap to the other players in the field. So looks like a 3-horse race here between Miro, Niklas and Eagle. Starting on hole 10, we're going to be gradually moving towards the more open part of this course with this semi-wooded hole 10. 127 meters. Most players are actually not taking the route that the drone is taking, but rather going for the wide backhand hyzer, preferably thrown with an overstable fairway driver. Important to push that wide hyzer forward and hopefully fade only just before the last trees on the right side. Important not to fade too early though, because that OB on the left side of the basket coming into play pretty easily. And you can see Niklas here pushing it very wide, but still finishing just before those final trees. He's on the dance floor there. It's an outside the circle putt, but definitely a chance for somebody with Niklas's putting skills, one of the strongest putters in Europe. And Miro here going way more inside, more ambitious of a line there, trying to possibly park the hole, get left enough. He's also going to have an outside the circle putt. So a bit of a chance for Eagle here to possibly get a stroke back, one of those strokes that he lost on the front 9. And what a shot in a big situation. He is absolutely parked only 3 meters away from the basket. That is going to be an easy birdie. On a hole that is one of the easier ones on the course, but still necessarily not easy. As we see Matt Bell also with a beautiful hyzer. Bit more inside than Eagle. You can see that OB left almost coming into play even with that shot. Next 2 putts, very important. Niklas first from 15 meters downhill. Goes with a surprisingly conservative run. The green is sloping a little bit from behind the basket from that angle. But I'm really surprised he didn't give it more of an aggressive bid. Matt Bell here though, from inside the circle. He did have some putting struggles on the front 9. You can see he was actually playing +1 through the front 9, but already fixing on some of those bogeys and putting errors on the front 9 with a good birdie there. Niklas with a good cleanup. It looks like we missed Miro's putt, but he undoubtedly seems to have missed it, which is not good for him, but very good for the situation, as we're gonna have the top 3 players all within 1 stroke of each other, as Eagle gets that tap-in birdie and moves to only 1 stroke back of Miro for the lead. That's some exciting stuff right there. And talking about exciting, we're moving on to one of the more exciting holes in Europe. 400-meter massive par 5 going way downhill from the tee. Off the drive you have a choice to either go over this field that is marked as OB. You can see the lines both on the right and the left side of the fairway. It's a pretty generous fairway. You should not miss it unless you're going for the aggressive shot over the field. Anything in bounds is good on this hole off the drive. And pretty much on every shot, if you can just stay in bounds with the 2 first shots and get some good distance, you're gonna have a putt at this green. I would consider this as one of the easier holes on the course for these players. For the majority of the field it is playing very difficult, but these players are so high level and they have so much distance that they can tear apart this hole. Eagle going for the big aggressive shot over the field. This is turning over though. He needs to fade back and in a hurry to get back inbounds, and he has not done it. Eagle McMahon has gone OB off the tee, and he's gonna have to either proceed to the drop zone or play from where the disc crossed OB. It's an optional drop zone, you can see it on the middle of your screen right now. Matt Bell here going for the conventional safe shot, which is a big hyzer towards the left side of the fairway. Only thing to avoid really is that OB bunker, which he very successfully avoids there. And that's a good position. From there you need another big hyzer and then just an approach to get your birdie. It looks like Niklas is going for a more central position on the fairway, not wanting to fade as far left as Matt Bell did. Niklas is there right next to the drop zone, which is a good position to be. Although the second shot is a bit scarier from there compared to Matt. Niklas will have to cross over more OB on his second shot. You can see Miro also going for the left side of the fairway. Needs to get over the bunker, which he does. That is just a perfect shot. He's gonna have 2 pretty simple shots to get to the basket for a putt at birdie. On this shot you have some of those bigger hay bales, which are great aiming point. If you can just aim over the hay bales and fade left to the fairway, you should be good. As you can see, Matt Bell is doing just perfectly. This is a tough shot from Niklas. Shape is not very difficult, but he has to play it all the way over the OB. Looks like he's done it perfectly. Even going with a bit of a turnover. Just shortening that approach a tiny bit more. Putting it to a very comfortable distance. And Miro here from the perfect position. Just needs a very conservative hyzer on the second. Put himself on the fairway and hopefully have a great chance at the birdie. You can see Miro is actually still significantly shorter than Niklas was on the second shot. So he's gonna have a chance to put the pressure on Niklas. As we see Eagle here from the drop zone throwing his third shot. Just playing a regular hyzer over the OB. But he has almost gone to the left side OB. Wow, what a huge break to slow down before that line. Double OB on this hole would be just catastrophic in this situation. Matt Bell's turn here. About 100 meters left to go to the basket. You can see he's going with an overstable fairway driver hyzer. And what a precise shot there. That is what you want on this hole. The approach is completely open. You can pick your line. Most people going for the hyzer to fly over the inbounds area all the way. And talking about flying over the inbounds area, Miro Ryhänen there with a very safe shot going way to the safe side, and he's gonna have a lengthy putt left to get that birdie. So Niklas here with a good shot can put a lot of pressure on Miro. Line is looking great. Is the distance good? It absolutely is. What a good approach there from Niklas. Gonna have a tap in birdie. An eagle here. After the drop zone shot, he's throwing 4 here and also going to have some distance left for the par. I believe he's inside the circle, but about 8 meters away. First Miro here, just outside the circle. What a great make in a big situation. Keeping the lead over both Niklas and Eagle. He's absolutely cold. One of the strongest mental games I've ever seen on anybody. Eagle there, no slouch either. Putting it to the pole with some good pace. Eagle was also missing some inside the circle putts, surprisingly in the front nine. So good to see him make that with good confidence. And Niklas! What am I seeing right now? Niklas missing from 4 meters. That might be one of the shortest putts I've ever seen Niklas Anttila miss. Especially since he's got that straight arm pitch putt from close range. That is very surprising. And Miro Ryhänen is going to have a 2-stroke lead over both Eagle and Niklas. Not to overlook Matt Bell's great birdie there. After a tough front nine, getting 2 birdies in a row. And the battle continuing on hole 12. 123 meters, OB on the left side all the way, and this OB river that includes all of these bushes you see on the right side of the screen. Most players are trying to throw a flex shot with an overstable driver over those bushes. Important to put some good anhyzer or width to your shot at the beginning to avoid that left side OB. Almost always on this hole there's a right to left wind, so even pushing those shots more to the left. You can see Matt playing it very safe, turning it well over to the right, fading back late, and he's gonna have a circle 2 look there. Not exactly what you want on this hole. It's one of the more difficult holes for the field, but not one of the more difficult holes for these players, as they all have enough distance to be comfortable throwing a fairway driver here if needed. Miro fading towards the left side OB does stay safe though, and in the circle. That's a big shot, giving himself an opportunity for another birdie. And Eagle, he has been going for that extremely overstable disc entire weekend, and he has not turned it over enough out of the hand, finding the left side OB, and he's gonna have a lengthy par putt left. Niklas here, very good looking line, turns it over perfectly over the bushes with an overstable disc, and look at that, he's 4 meters away from the basket. I would almost call that a tap-in, but seeing the last hole's missed putt from similar distance for Niklas, he needs to put some extra focus on that one to not lose another stroke to Miro. And Eagle there just pitching up for the bogey. That is gonna slim his chances at the win by a good margin. He's going to be at least 3 strokes back off the lead. 4 strokes if Miro makes this. Which he does not. Surprising miss there. Miro's putting has been very good throughout the tournament and also throughout this round. Already a couple of longer putts made from him. Look at that, Niklas hesitating at the pitch putt, almost coming out of the pole. But he gets a stroke on Miro. And once again, it's only 1 stroke between the leaders. Eagle McMahon gonna drop 1 more stroke back, and he's 3 back off the lead right now. What an exciting battle we have here. Moving on to some of the more birdieable holes on the course. Really, the last 6 holes on the course are all holes that you would love to birdie. Starting on hole 13. It is the 4th easiest hole on the course, averaging well under par. 94 meters. It's a straight shot with a really good backstop. You can almost throw your shot as hard as you want to, as long as you're not going above the basket, you can just crash it into the hillside. Some people on this hole finding some alternative routes. You can go for the straight shot, which is the most common one, but some people going for the hyzer or the hand hyzer around the outside edges of the fairway. Niklas, though, very conventional player, choosing the straight, perfectly straight line, and what a shot there. He's once again at that 4-meter range. Almost a guaranteed birdie if he can just focus on that short putt. And you can see Matt here choosing an outside line with the hyzer, fading out a little bit left, still well within putting distance, really showing why this hole is not very difficult. It's not playing... It's actually playing 0.3 strokes below par on average for the entire field. So these players definitely have to get the birdie in this situation. As we see Miro throwing a great straight shot, pushing straight even past the basket. Gonna be well inside the circle there. Just a short putt left. And Eagle actually has been going for this wide hyzer route for the entire weekend. Look at that width on the shot. Needs to miss 1 tree. And he has made his way up to the basket. Fading too far left though. And that's gonna be possibly the most difficult putt of the group. I believe both Matt and Eagle going for that outside hyzer, ending up even too far left of the basket. So Matt here first. Very good putt. That is just a great putt, especially after having some struggles in the front nine. Matt, usually being one of the strongest putters, has a pretty unconventional style, but gets the putter to the basket with good percentage. And Eagle too, having to go to the straddle there. Very important putt made there, not to lose any strokes to the 2 top players of Miro and Niklas right now. Miro also going with a straddle. This time gets it in the middle, fixing the putting error from the last hole. And Niklas gonna have a very short putt here. Tough footing though, standing on the hillside. That was in the middle. Very good after the miss on 11 and a bit of a shaky look on 12. Gets his second birdie in a row, moving to 29 under. Continuing the beautiful holes off the back nine on hole 14. What a wonderful island hole here. Drive is just a straight shot. Most people are going with an overstable driver, trying to hang it out a little bit wide and get that left finish to the fairway. It's a wide fairway. These players are definitely not trying to miss it and expecting also not to miss it. Same thing with the island. It's a pretty big island for the distance of the approach. Usually you have just a short pitch putter or overstable approach disc shot to the green. Let's see if Niklas can put it in the perfect position here. You can see he's going wide to the right with a stable driver. Great looking line out of the hand. And he's in the middle. Gonna have a pretty simple shot to the basket from there. This was one of the most birdied holes on the entire course. Actually 56% of the field getting a birdie on this hole. And that is including all of the field. So these top players are definitely wanting to be part of that 56%. Looks like Matt is gonna have a great chance to do exactly that, as he and Niklas are both in the middle of the fairway. Miro looking to follow. He's pushing the right side OB. Just barely stays safe. What a good slowdown there. Takes just a soft skip. Doesn't skip too far to the right side. Also just fine position there after staying in bounds. An eagle. Possibly risking the left side OB. He's on the line. We'll have to see whether he's inbounds or not. I believe he does stay safe there. That's a couple of big breaks for both Miro and Eagle staying inbounds. And Miro here going with an overstable approach disc. Pretty easy shot here. Just need to not go too long, which he almost does. Luckily those hay bales protecting him from skipping long left. And Niklas, 60 meters to the basket. Perfect shot. Once again, utilizing that hay bale on the long side of the green. Even if you fly over the green on this hole, you get to play from where you crossed, so it's not playing with an island rule. Eagle there with just a perfect approach. These guys are making easy work of this approach, as they should. It's a pretty simple shot, completely open. Only 60 to 50 meters of distance. Looks like our furthest birdie putt is about 4 meters from the basket. Well done by the group. Matt Bell to get us started with the potential star frame. Gets it in the basket. Everybody else pretty much a formality here. Tapping in from inside the bullseye. Well done by the car. This is definitely a hole that you know on the tee pad that you're going to lose strokes if you take a par on this hole. Especially in this calm wind lead card situation on the final round. Wind was mostly down, only coming into play on some of the last holes that we're gonna see in just a few minutes. But first, moving on to hole 15. Hole 15 is the last hole of this middle open stretch of the course. Offering some woods though. It's a pretty precise line you have to throw. Suits very well for a hyzer forehand. Have to push your forehand straight with just the right finish. Almost impossible to park this hole off the tee, so many players are trying to play to that 10 to 5 meter range inside the circle and leave themselves with an uphill putt. Let's see if Niklas can do that. This is a little bit inside, needs to get through some trees to be within putting distance. And looks like he does not punch through. It's a pretty brutal error in this point in the competition. He's gonna be caught up in the short woods. Likely gonna be a long putt, if any, look to the basket. Matt Bell having good width on the shot. Just the perfect angle, perfect width. He's well in the circle. Putting uphill. And Miro actually going for the unconventional backhand. Very interested to see how this ends up. He does put some good turn on it, and what a great looking line there. Hits inside the bullseye, but as I said, very difficult to park this hole. Bounces down the hill to about 5 meters. Very good shot there, especially considering where Niklas is. And Eagle actually going for the forehand again. In the second round he went with a huge backhand hyzer after the first round's forehand. And that's a perfectly placed forehand there. 3 very good drives by the card, and Niklas with the only blemish. Looks like he still has a bit of a run at the green. Ends up just laying up. And a pretty lucky break there from Niklas not to roll down the hill. Many times layups that hit the rocks are seen rolling down the hill. Solid putt there by Matt Bell. You can see Eagle here going way up the hill, just 4 meters of distance, or 5 meters of distance, but having to go 2 or 3 meters up the hill. And Miro with an even more severe of an angle. Good putt though. Both players putting it pretty high in the chains to avoid that low cage that is so easy to hit with those uphill putts. And looks like Niklas is actually going to lose a stroke to everybody on the card. I'm sure he's not quite happy with that result. With only 3 relatively manageable holes left, especially holes 16 and 17 are both playing pretty simple for this level of players. Starting on 16, the last 3-hole stretch of the course, offering very good birdie chances, but also a lot of OB. So anything can happen with these last 3 holes. Hole 16, you want your first drive to be inbounds. Does not have to be super far if you're going for the birdie, although in this situation I would expect at least one of our players, possibly Eagle or Niklas, as they are in the chasing position, they might be going for a big drive. Hopefully throw another big shot after the big drive and go for this green in 2. It's very hard to reach in 2 shots, and most players are going for just a simple 4 with 2 big hyzers and a short approach. But let's see. It's a very good test to see how aggressive these players are feeling in the final round. Matt Bell feeling quite aggressive, going very far over the OB, risking that right side OB, but he has gone over. And that's a perfect position to be. Miro here really only needs to be in bounds. Just needs to give himself a chance for the birdie. It's a little bit low, but fading well into the fairway. Solid shot there. Only about 110 meters of distance gained with that shot, but that is all he needs. Just another one of those shots and a short approach, and he should be good for the birdie. But Eagle here lining up a huge drive, putting a lot of speed on this. This is turning over though. Does it get over the OB on the right side? It does. That is not the biggest drive as he turned it over to the right. He still has a lot of distance to the green. So gonna take a monumental effort to even give himself any sort of chance for the Eagle that he definitely needs in this situation, being 3 strokes back. And you can see Niklas here not even considering the Eagle play, just going for the layup shot off the tee, giving himself the most consistent birdie opportunity. But Miro here just needs to be in bounds on this shot, has to throw it straight with good distance, and looks like that's exactly what he has done. From there it's just a putter shot to the green. Niklas probably gonna try to do something similar, which he does. Look at that spin he's got on the disc. Beautiful flip up to flat. Very similar position to Miro. I believe Niklas might even be going first. And Matt Bell too, going with just a pure hyzer with the slightest flip up almost to flat. Going a little bit further than the other 2 players. Still very good birdie position. Let's see how big Eagle goes for here. He's going for a bit of a turnover here. What a huge shot. This is not quite fading to the green. He's landed about 15 meters short, but that is a great chance to get an Eagle 3 on this hole. And possibly a stroke or even more strokes on the leader as Miro's approach is kind of fading away. He's inside the circle there, but not a gimme. Still some good distance left to the green. I'm sure Niklas wants to get this a little bit closer than that. As he does on the edge of the bullseye. Great approach there. Putting actually quite significant pressure on Miro to make that 8-meter putt he's got left. And Matt Bell there, playing this hole to perfection. This hole was playing pretty easy today with very low winds, on the previous rounds there was at least some sort of a headwind on this hole. Eagle for the eagle here. Huge putt. And he gets it in. What a big putt in a big moment, pushing his round score to 8 under. And he's gonna be taking at least 1 stroke on Miro, possibly 2. And also at least 1 stroke on Niklas. Let's take another look at that. Eagle McMahon, he was the only player to get the Eagle 3 on this hole in this final round. Previous rounds we did see some other Eagles as well, but in the final round he was the only one. Miro here for the birdie. Perfect putt on the pole. He's just dead cold. Matt also with a great birdie. Looks like we're gonna have a star frame, but even better with 1 eagle and 4 birdies. If Niklas can just tap it in from here. Well done by the card, and especially gotta give respect to Miro with that. Not a long putt, only about 7 meters to the basket, but he looks to be having no nerves at all. Being the least experienced player of the group by far. Only starting to play the game in 2021 as far as PDGA competitions. But moving on to hole 17. A 110 meter hole playing actually directly over the OB, only 100 meters. Talking about OB, that is what this hole is offering. So much OB, both on the shorts, on the left and on the long side. Just on the edge of the circle or a little bit outside, so you don't have a lot of room to work with. Most players are going for an overstable fairway driver hyzer here. Pretty easy shape, but in this situation it's not easy to put it close. Although it looks like for Eagle it indeed was easy, as he puts it 6 meters away. Putting some pressure on the other cardmates here. You can see Matt Bell also going for the high hyzer. This is almost ace running, and what a run it was. He's gonna be just outside the circle for the birdie. And Miro, very important shot. He needs to give himself an opportunity for the birdie. It looks like he's doing it. Very good looking line here. And he's in the bullseye. What a cold-blooded killer he is. In the biggest situation he's ever been in. Miro Ryhänen has won 1 year before. That was this season. Looking to add another one. Niklas Anttila not giving Miro an easy job, as he has put it even closer. Looks like Miro is going to remain his 2-stroke lead going into the final hole. But first, Matt Bell from outside the circle. And he makes it. Look at that hop putt. And Matt Bell with a great back 9. He's already 7 under through the back, pushing his round score to 6 under. Pretty well managed after a disappointing front 9. An eagle here. Routine putt. He's looking calm, knowing that he can't really control what the other players are doing. Rather just try to play his best and hopefully give himself a chance. Looks like we're gonna have a 2-stroke lead for Miro Ryhänen over Niklas Anttila and Eagle McMahon going into a very difficult hole 18. Par 4, 255 meters, once again filled with OB. OB on the left side, on the drive, and this OB area between the first and the second fairway. Everybody is likely going to be going over the OB area with a big flat to hyzering shot. And from there, you have a big decision to make. What shot are you most comfortable going into this very tight green? OB coming into play on the edge of the circle on pretty much all sides, both long, left, right and short. Green is not very skippy though, so all sorts of hyzers are usually sticking by the basket. But the drive here, really important just to get in bounds and into the fairway. As we see from this beautiful drone angle, Eagle is going for a pretty big hyzer there, pushing it far towards the long side crowd. He's gonna have a good angle to the basket. Probably not gonna be able to shape a huge hyzer, but rather a straight or left to right shot. And Matt Bell with another perfect drive there. He's gonna have a chance to go 8 under for the back 9. What a great result for him would that be. Miro Ryhänen, very important shot here. Looks like it is fading towards the fairway. Needs to stay short of the OB. And he's perfectly in the middle there. Miro is gonna have a very big decision to make from there. He knows that he only needs a par on this hole as he's leading by 2 strokes. Unless some of these guys can throw it in for the eagle. Niklas there also with a great shot. But now the situation is that Miro just needs to be in bounds on the next shot. And both Eagle and Niklas have to be trying to throw it in from here in order to have a great chance for the win. But first Matt Bell going for the wide hyzer. This needs to get going. It looks a little bit short and he's actually stayed short of the OB bunker that is in front of the basket. So good break there. And Niklas here. Huge shot. He has to be trying to throw this in. Going with a wide hyzer. Overstable disc and he's absolutely parked. No throw in there, but putting a lot of pressure on Miro. Miro has to be in bounds here to secure the win. He's going over the OB. He's going for the green. Wow, and he's inside the circle there. What a cold-blooded player he is. Zero nerves shown. And Eagle here, only hope is to throw it in. This is a good line though. And he's just a little bit short there. What a great effort from Eagle. But now all the pressure is off Miro Ryhänen's shoulders. What a great young player. Matt Bell here first from circle 2 and he makes it. What an incredible finish. Finishing with 6 straight birdies on the back 9. And let's take another look at that. Look at the wobble. The deliberate wobble that he puts on the disc. Unconventional putting style and perfectly in the middle. Look at that, Miro just able to lay it up under the basket for his biggest win of the career. Eagle finishing with a birdie. Great performance throughout the whole entire weekend. Same to Niklas, coming up just 1 stroke short of the champion that is Miro Ryhänen. Congratulations to your Åland Open 2023 champion. His biggest win of the career. What a great, great young player.
Give it up to your 2023 Åland Open, presented by Discmania, MPO champion Miro Ryhänen. Miro, take some pictures.
Viel für Tubin.
Wow, what a battle, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in as we take a look at the top 10. Obviously Miro winning by 1 stroke over Niklas and Eagle, and Øyvind Jorns with a great 12 under. Fun round to push himself into that 4th position. Ryhänen, Eric Oakley, Teemu Lampanen and Scott Stokely tied for 5th. Jakub Semerad and Matt Bell with a great back 9 finishing the top 10. What an awesome event this was. Guys, if you're interested, come and visit Åland for this great course or some other courses. Thank you so much for watching this coverage. Like and subscribe and comment. Tell us what, or tell me and the MDG guys, what do you think of the coverage. You can also support them on Patreon. What an awesome tournament it was. Thank you guys for watching and hopefully see you guys on the next one.